Hey guys, welcome back. I was recently in Ulta and picked up on a whim Tarte Showstopper Palette. I was looking for a palette that kind of had everything all in one in terms of shadows and blush. When I travel, I just like to be as streamlined as I possibly can. And previously, I've been using Tarte's In Bloom palette, which I still absolutely love. It's just got such a nice shade range in terms of, mid-range tones, warm tones, cool tones. I can line with the shadows, which is my preference. I can highlight. It's just got everything in here. But I just wanted to have an option that had blush too, just in case. I mean, you can never have too many different types of palettes, right? So I picked this up on a whim and I've been playing around with it a little bit and just wanted to give my thoughts and a review for y'all today. So actually, I'm going to show y'all the difference in size. So here is In Bloom, and here is maybe I'll show this the right side up. Here's In Bloom, and here is Showstopper. So in terms of thickness, it's a little bit thicker, and I really like this palette. It's kind of cool that it's round and it's a little bit different. It feels pretty sturdy. One thing that I don't like about this palette is that it comes with one of these plastic inserts, and honestly, does anyone keep this once they open the palette? No, this goes in the trash and then you have no idea what the names of your shadows are. So I don't know why they didn't print the names of the shadows on here like they do with all their other palettes, but I don't know. What I like about this palette is that it's got a nice shade range. It's fairly neutral. I do prefer a warmer palette, but it's nice to have options for different looks. But you have a bronzer, contour, a highlighter, a nice peach blush, which I like a peach blush. It works very well with my skin tone. And you have some nice warm browns and kind of some cooler tones here, and then a lovely dark espresso brown that you can line with. The one thing that's missing from the smaller shadows is a highlight. So I have been highlighting with this highlighter. It's not too shimmery that it is just blown out. I've highlighted my brow bone with it today and I don't think it looks too obnoxious. I hope not. But I can get some nice looks from this palette. It's very versatile, I find. Today I have, let's see if I can find the name for you, but I have this gold shade, which is called Go for the Gold. I have that on my lid. I've lined with this dark shade called Dim the Lights. So I kind of lined with this and smudged it out a little bit. And as my transition shade, I used You're Natural. And in the crease, I actually used the bronzer, Ave Princess, which is actually a pretty well-known bronzer that they are known for. I put Showstopper Copper. I put that in the crease as well. So I don't know, you can get some good looks. I've used both of these as just kind of a wash of color on the lid. You can put them in the crease if you want. There's just a lot of things that you can do with this palette, which I really like. And of course I have this as a kind of a subtle highlight on my cheek and the blush on today as well. That's what I've got going on today. I'm gonna show you some swatches and how they look on the skin.
First we have You're Natural, which is a very silky and smooth, muted, soft, matte brown. I find that it applies very evenly and blends really well, whether you use it as a transition color or all over the lid. I really found the shade to be just really nice and blendable. Go for the Gold is a muted, warm, almost skin-toned, shimmery gold. There's no glitter at all in it. It did go on a bit semi-sheer when applied dry, but it applies more opaque, and that shimmer metallic sheen really comes out when it's applied wet. It's a really beautiful color. I put these next two shades together because they're the other two shades that have visible shimmer when they're on the lid. The one on the left is Rose to the Top. It's a deep, warm, coppery rose with a metallic finish. It is very pigmented, super creamy, smooth, and blendable. It just looks so pretty on the lid or as an all-over wash. You could even put it in the crease if you wanted a shimmer in the crease. It's just so beautiful. The one to the right is called Steal the Scene. It is a medium to deep frosted taupe, and it's got great pigmentation, a very creamy texture. It also blended very well. I'm moving up to the bronzer in this palette, which is Park Avenue Princess. I think there's a reason why Tarte keeps using this particular bronzer in so many palettes. It's just a great classic bronzer with warm undertones and a semi-matte finish. It's got great pigmentation and it's very blendable on the skin. It applies very easily and smoothly. I'm glad that they did include it because not only can you use it on the face, but you can also use it on the eye. I think the shadows that they used in this palette were kind of missing that light mid-tone brown color that's so perfect in the crease. So, you have that transition shade in your natural, but you can go up to Park Avenue Princess and put that in your crease, and it just makes for a great gradient. Showstopper Copper. This is a wonderful medium to dark, warm, coppery brown. I love this color. You can use this to line with, to enhance your outer V in the crease. It's so versatile. It is so smooth, wonderful pigmentation. This is just a perfect warm color. There is some, it looks like glitter in the pan, but it appears on the skin as more of a matte, and I didn't notice any fallout from the glitter, no kickback. It is just a perfect color. Dim the Lights is a deep espresso brown. It's very pigmented when applied to the eye, and it is buildable. I found that it went on very smooth, even though it does appear kind of chalky on the swatch. I like this color to line with or just deepen the outer V. Let's talk about this champagne pink highlight. On the swatch, it looks like a boring chalky white, but I hope you can see from the video on my cheek and on my brow bone, it just gives this nice subtle sheen, and it's surprisingly wearable and beautiful on the face. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this. When I saw it in the pan, I thought it was not going to be pretty. It says it has a subtle pink undertone to it, but I don't really see pink on my face. I guess it's there. I just see a nice, pretty highlight. It applies beautifully with a soft, feathery brush, and I like this so much more than I thought I would. Fame blush is gorgeous. It is an orangey peach. It has great color payoff and is just beautiful on my warm skin tone. I think it would be beautiful on multiple skin tones. It just gives a great pop of color and wakens the skin tone beautifully and applies very smoothly. And again, I keep using the word blendable throughout all of these swatches, but this whole palette is very blendable and smooth. I just love it. I think it's great.
I do find this palette to be very easy to work with, and the colors are very pigmented and they work very well with each other. You have a great shadow to line with, you have a great shadow to highlight with, colors in between to use as a wash if you just want a very easy look. You can also do a very detailed look if you want to. A contour, a highlight, a cheek color that's, gives a great pop of color, I would think, for multiple skin tones. For me, this would be really great to throw in a travel bag and take on a trip and have this be my only palette. I would be fine with that. If for some reason you wanted an extra blush shade, say a true pink, it'd be easy to bring this and throw an extra blush in your bag. So for me, this was a great purchase, and I think it would be a great purchase for anyone. I passed by it so many times in Ulta and just kind of looked at it and I don't know, blew it off. And then I don't know what it was this time that just made me pick it up, but I'm glad I did. It was a good buy, and I've enjoyed using it, and I plan to continue to enjoy using it. So if you're thinking about getting the Showstopper palette, I would definitely recommend it. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and please subscribe and like, and I will see you again in my next video.